This is the height of it all. Beloved British TV host Graham Norton erupted with fury after Meghan Markle dared to publicly refer to herself with the HRH, her Royal Highness title. A designation she and Prince Harry willingly relinquished in 2020 upon their exit from the working royal family. Norton, known for his wit but rarely his wrath, didn't mince words. "HRH my foot," he said to have fumed, adding, "You have no right." This wasn't just celebrity gossip. It was a high-profile dressing down that laid bare a festering public outrage over Meghan's relentless appropriation of titles, status, and royal legacy for her own gain. Once again, the Duchess of Sussex stands accused of using the monarchy not as a symbol of duty, but as a marketing tool. And it's not without precedent. Since the so-called Megxit, Meghan and Harry have walked a shameless tightrope, abandoning the responsibilities of royal life while attempting to cling to the prestige that came with it. They wanted the fame without the sacrifice, the spotlight without the scrutiny. Yet despite their public commitment to stepping away from formal titles, Meghan continues to weaponize her association with royalty whenever it suits her brand. Whether in book dedications, media bios, or interviews that conveniently refer to her as HRH or Princess Meghan. It's this galling contradiction that reportedly sent Norton into a rage. A proud Irishman with a deep respect for the British institution and its traditions, Norton reflected the sentiment of millions. You cannot insult the crown, abandon your post, sue the press, and then cherry-pick royal titles like accessories to boost your next jam jar or Netflix trailer. Let's get the record straight. In 2020, the Queen herself made it unequivocally clear that Harry and Meghan would no longer use their HRH titles following their withdrawal from official royal duties. This was not a punishment, it was protocol. Royals who are not actively serving do not carry those honorifics in public life. Yet, Meghan has repeatedly violated this understanding, clinging to the illusion of status while trashing the very institution that granted it. Whether it's the stylization of her name in American legal documents, subtle insinuations in media coverage, or whispered corrections from aides who still refer to her as HRH behind the scenes. This is not accident, it's strategy. Meghan's entire brand is rooted in the idea of royalty, not the service that once defined it. And the irony is breathtaking. This is a woman who has positioned herself as a social justice warrior, a feminist icon, and a progressive thought leader. Yet her greatest asset remains the outdated, hierarchical structure she claims to loathe. She brands herself as a modern woman of the people while clinging to one of the most exclusive privileges on earth. And now, with Graham Norton's scathing rebuke echoing across tabloids and Twitter feeds, the hypocrisy has exploded into full view. But Norton is not alone. His fury reflects a growing international sentiment, particularly in the UK, that Meghan has betrayed not only the royal family, but the public. Her continued flirtation with the HRH title is a slap in the face to Queen Elizabeth's legacy, to the institution of monarchy, and to every member of the public who accepted her with open arms, only to watch her torch the palace on her way out the gates. Let us also not forget, this isn't the first time Meghan has shown contempt for protocol while exploiting its perks. During her 2021 Oprah interview, she called the monarchy racist, cold, and archaic. Accusations which, to this day, remain unproven and widely disputed. Yet only months later, she was signing children's books as the Duchess of Sussex and naming her daughter Lilibet, a nickname sacredly reserved for Queen Elizabeth within the royal family. That's not reverence, it's reputation laundering. Even more baffling is how Meghan continues to monetize her royal link through every facet of her public life. From the cover of The Cut to her appearances at charity events, she rarely walks into a room without some form of royal framing. And now, with her American Riviera Orchard brand poised to sell luxury jams, oils, and homewares, critics are already warning of a Duchess-themed goop, another royal-tinged grift hidden beneath the veil of empowerment. This calculated reappropriation of royal identity not only cheapens the meaning of titles but damages the credibility of those who still serve. How can the Princess of Wales or King Charles maintain the dignity of their roles when Meghan continues to turn monarchy into marketing? When the Sussexes still use coats of arms, royal seals, and subtle HRH nods to bolster their private income. Even legal experts have weighed in. Royal historian Hugo Vickers recently noted, If you give up the HRH title and agree not to use it, that should be the end of it. To reintroduce it covertly is not only misleading, it's disrespectful. The late Queen would not have tolerated such duplicity. She understood the seriousness of titles. Meghan, on the other hand, seems to understand only their Instagram value. And that is precisely what inflamed Graham Norton's outburst. He may be a celebrity, but unlike Meghan, he does not trade in borrowed glory. His career is built on merit, not marriage. So when he sees someone attempting to exploit a title they publicly rejected, it's more than distasteful. It's an affront to fairness, tradition, and integrity. It's also a sign that Meghan's rebrand is floundering. Her media blitzes are growing stale. Her podcasts are being satirized. Her Hollywood buzz is cooling. The only remaining currency she holds is the dusty old coin of monarchy. And rather than earn it, she's trying to steal it back from the back pocket of history. But the backlash is mounting. Norton's fury was not a lone flare, but the first of many. The British public, American audiences, and even former allies are beginning to tire of the act. For someone who constantly claims to want privacy, Meghan sure knows how to keep herself in the headlines, often at the expense of the very institution she claims to have escaped. The bottom line is clear. If Meghan Markle truly wanted to live a quiet, independent life, she'd stop referring to herself as HRH, stop branding herself as a duchess, and start building an identity that isn't piggybacking off the crown. But she won't. Because Meghan doesn't want independence, she wants influence. And without the royal label, she has none. As Graham Norton so passionately reminded us, the titles were never hers to own, only to borrow. And once returned, they should stay returned. HRH, my foot, may well be remembered as the moment the tide finally turned. Not just in comedy, not just in media, but in public consciousness. Because even the most patient of nations and the most gracious of monarchs can only tolerate so much exploitation before the curtain is finally and deservedly drawn.